power into it.
Yay.
And even though, again, it is very unique, and the last pick Ruby by AP BREN might actually mess up this Karina jungle more, I am interested to see how RSG will play this Baksha in the EXP lane.
That's a double flicker burn from both sides, one from Few and the other from Nats. The aforementioned XP lane Baksha. It's not the first in the long history of our esport. I mean, in the early days of Baksha, he was played in the XP.
Oh, for sure. And again, it's not surprising at all, but Irad might be in trouble. No level 4s, no dash is available. That's first blood for AP BREN. Not really the start you want for a Karina.
And again, that's the power of just the second skill of the Ruby that don't run Wolf King. Just enough time for the damage of the Lilia and then the Joy to mess up that Karina. And across the board, still all look very similar. Assassin emblems for the jungler and the marksman of these two teams. Wilderness Blessings on both mid laners, and it is toughness and concussive blast along with the Wilderness Blessing there for a Baksha. So I think now it's very clear to see what the picture of this game might be. A lot of objective fights and pickoffs, specifically if RSG and Light can find it.
And a lot of flickers as well. You can see
yes.
getting burned over and over
That's
again.
right. No, is that just me? Why are they so gung-ho about just spending it?
They're definitely gonna lack out in terms of this first turtle, but maybe they conceded already. Yeah, it feels like an AP BREN turtle already. Light is here, Irad close by, Aqua as well with another realm ready, but looks like RSG just opting not to go for it at all.
And yeah, that was a right call. You shouldn't overcommit to the scenario. Ultimate was up there on that Joy. So now AP BREN can just continue this momentum over and over again. RSG, though, you can tell the slight discomfort coming out of their game and their movements right now. Here comes an invade.
Yeah, huge invasion here coming in from Kyle TZ. Not going to be able to secure that. Flap TZ with the penalty zone. Aqua, he's behind. That could mean big problems. So AP BREN, another flicker being used up.
I don't see why that was a good idea. It's at 4v2. I mean, yeah, your kits are much better, but 3 minutes in, after a stolen orange, oh, that was asking for it.
Yeah, a little bit of overconfidence from the side there of ABB. RSG, though, great response. Now they've adjusted their play here. I think now with Light being level 4, they're trying to build and find the lead in the gold lane for Eman, but Super Marco senses it. He is safely just farming under tower.
And Flap TZ going to be buying some more time here. And there's the advantage you have with that Baksha, right? Just a really quick rotation on mid.
Yep, that was the next question I had is, what's that like? Because again, whenever it's a fight that Nats can't win, he just rolls out and then helps elsewhere and then comes back when the wave has already been pushed up. So there is a silver lining to this whole situation, playing a Baksha XP.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier in the draft that, hey, potentially, like, it could work. The theory is there. It's a sound idea, and right now, RG.
There's a catch that you're looking for here, especially if it's Emma. There's the Joy that we're talking about here. AP BREN flexing, and they catch Eman for it. That's huge stonks here for the goal lane of AP BREN.
And now that's enough time to actually prop up for the next turtle coming up in about 10 seconds. Aqua here, very low. Not enough of a commitment.
Oh! Woo! Master showing how it's done. But here's a punish. Light, of course, with the fancy movements here. The flicker and the divine judgment.
Pulled him through right the wall.
Yeah, I rarely see that interaction. Not a bug, folks, just a very normal thing that does happen when you use that flicker. AP BREN will be able to get that turtle, and it is worth it for Ogwen. They get the mid laner down, they get the turtle, but RSG right away trying to clap back and even it out in the bottom lane with pressure, but great response by Few to help out Super Marco. RSG will rotate again, and an invade by Kyle TZ up top. Really just, again, trying to continue the idea of what they wanted to bring in game number 1, which is control the jungle of Irad.
And here we see Irad making the most of RSG here. They're forcing a response. AP BREN coming with a collapse.
Yeah, Kyle TZ's the target, but he's still going to be alive here for some reason. Barely making it out there. Jungle for jungle. That's going to be the fight erupting still. Safety for Few, and it's going to be a null trade.
Let's see right now. Oh, duel between the two marksmen.
Woo! Look at that. Eman playing spicy on the Bruno. That might actually have to force AP BREN some responses here, because Super Marco could be in trouble if Light catches this guy.
Yep, it's a 2v1 down there. Super Marco has to play it very safe. Does not have a sprint. and does not have enough life steal just yet. Look at his item build. The lone Haas Claws, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, compared to what the Bruno brings to the table, we're all familiar with his ability kit. Usually it's the Iritha needed to be an item above, or at least have some help. 1v1, that Iritha will always struggle against that Bruno. Later in the game, it's a little bit more even because they both have access to the Wind of Nature. But at this point, AP BREN, if they really want to build a lead for Super Marco, and they need to help him out even more, because RSG have been trying to really do that. The help that Super Marco's been getting has been mostly, other than, of course, that one gank that they were able to successfully take Eman down. It's always just been to like, okay, let's just make sure that RSG won't be able to take Super Marco down, and then we'll go.
And we're seeing the evidence of why Bruno is just such a good pick. Even with everything that happened, he's actually still the scarier force here.
Yeah.
On the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, he has taken the role of Beatrix, being ever so reliable, regardless of what phase in the game. Not even mention if he snowballs. Here's the last turtle of the game here. Spawning up top, AP BREN, about 2k gold ahead. First to the scene, pulling it out of the pit.
Yep, Super Marco.
Uh-oh.
Getting chased down by Nats. Under turret, he should be safe, but that would mean that AP BREN has a firm grasp of this turtle 7 minutes into the game.
No dice. AP BREN just taking it clean there. 100% turtles for game number 3. I wonder, AP BREN just let go of bottom lane.
They did. They gave it away, and that because of that, they're also going to be just getting resources on the other side of the map. They could also go for mid if they want to.
What?
Yep.
Even tier 2?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I knew it. They actually take it down, though. I think he'll have to go and leave eventually. RSG don't have enough info, and it's right now it's just flap. So I think right now we've already seen the Baksha works or could work. However, just because of the sheer clear speed that the Turisma has, Nap has been effectively shut down in terms of effectiveness and map presence. The Flap TZ and his Turisla has the number over Naps and his Baksha.
Something to note once more, I'm waiting for a fight to break out here. Ogwin spent his flicker.
Yes.
So that's about 90 seconds until he gets a big ult on to RSG. But, oh, there's one!
There you go. That's Ogwin gonna get caught out. You don't have a flicker. You're the next target. But here's Kyle. And there goes another realm. Catching off an Erad. No retribution. That could be good. But that's gonna be Flap going in here as well. Light no more. Divine Judgment will mean that it might have to be a stalemate. That's a 1-for-1 in the end.
They're living on the edge. You saw how Super Marco almost went down there. 1 HP.
Almost went down to the land down under, did he? And that's RSG. Crikey, indeed. RSG PH. Now, I think we're really just starting to see the discomfort of the playstyle.
Absolutely, Governor.
They have been responding well, though, weirdly enough. They're trying to.
It's a compromise, but they're doing the best that they can.
Exactly. You can still see, again, an idea around it, but even though they get to take down Ogwin right now, the counter punish coming out of the Iritha and the Joy together with the lead that they were able to build themselves is a problem right now. A lot of it for RSG in this scenario now hinges on Aqua's timing with his Netherrealm and just how much time he could buy to see if somehow Eman and Irad will be able to dish out enough damage to take down the members of APB.
Speaking of Irad, he's 3 levels down to Kyle TZ. Just hit level 11. Means that AP BREN just itching to get that Lord.
Forget about it. Contesting, crossing the river. They're lucky to have waves crashing down. They're lucky to have at least these small camps in, because that's how bad this is looking. I did not even notice that Irad was down that hard.
Yeah, he's just really been playing catch up with his Joy. I believe that's another learning that we discovered in terms of the rotational speed. But then at the same time, it's also just because Kati's has been invading. He's constantly been going behind.
2,000 gold!
Yeah.
Dang!
It's massive. And because, again, we don't feel Nas as much as we do feel Flap TZ, Irad isn't getting as much help. Yeah, at this point, it'll take a miracle for RG to turn things around. Not impossible, but close to it. AP BREN, they could just continue riding this momentum and play this out textbook and fundamentally.
Yep, look at this 4-1. AP BREN sending Lord through top, and they'll be pressuring mid as well. What's this 1v1? Oh, 2v1!
Is he gonna make it out? I think he is, and that's that kill! Just as salt to the wound. Light, he could be in trouble here. Flap TZ for the chase.
Oh, run, Light, run!
Oh boy.
Kyle!
Just as you expect.
Who started onto me? What a play by the Phenom that is Kyle Teasy.
Down bottom.
Oh!
Nice hook in Aqua.
Woo!
NetherRealm just for safety. Man, oh man. This RSG comp is starting to fall like a ton of bricks.
Or a stack of Jengas. I think that's what you were going for.
Stack of Jengas.
This is AP BREN just knowing and understanding that there's very little RSG presents. Just shows how important an overall comp is, despite there being some rhyme or reason, some logic to each hero in each role. It's safe to say, yeah, optimistically we can make this work, but not at this level.
Absolutely. AP BREN looks like they got the number. And they just need to... They're just trying to take the disciplined way around this. And yeah, they're making RSG work even for the smallest scrap of gold around the map.
Yeah, and this is at this point it doesn't even feel like a question of can AP BREN win. It's when will they win,
And how?
And how. RSG, they're just again, of course, you're not gonna surrender. You're not gonna just start throwing left and right. Again, they're still trying to make this competitive. They're still trying to find a way to turn it around. And hey, earlier in game number 1, AP BREN was down a considerable amount and found and in game 2 rather. And found a way to turn it around. I mean, who's to say, even though, again, it doesn't look really good for RSG, that they won't be able to do the same thing.
Yep. And now, another Lord spawns. RSG nowhere near the Lord pit, and they're just playing as safe as they could. They're pushing waves, making sure that no permanent damage is dealt to their base. But, gentlemen, as AP BREN secures their second Lord of the game, I gotta say, despite this being RSG struggling and this game being AP BREN's to lose, we can't say it's 100% AP BREN. We can't say it's totally their game right now. There is a non-0% chance that RSG comes back.
Yeah, for AP BREN, complacency is the enemy, as well as, you know, just underestimating what your opponent can do. In terms of like burst, because I feel like this lineup of RSG still has a ton of burst in a single target.
The problem is though the wave clear incredibly lacking for RSG-PH. At this point, AP BREN can just throw bodies and just make sure Super Marco staying in the back, and then Super Marco will just be able to freely hit people, heroes or towers.
Flap, speaking of throwing bodies, throws himself straight into Nats as well as Irad, making it clear that AP BREN are here to play here on game number 3.
All right, they penetrated bottom as well. Concealed play by Ogwin. They're taking this one step at a time, surgically specific. Now the base.
Now the base is going to be the target here in NetherRealm just for safety, just trying to throw everything but the kitchen sink here, and they might just repel the AP BREN offensive.
Oh.
One hit will do it. Will it go down? And it does. It's a 2-1. AP BREN at match point.
This winning moment is brought to you by our